How's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 4 of the Chop. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We got Mikey C back.
Yeah, Mikey back. Yeah, I was in a conference in LA last week. It's pretty badass. JP killed it though on episode 3. That shit was sick, guys.
Yeah, shout out to JP on the last episode.
Most definitely. But today for this episode, we have another very special guest. Someone who's been an integral part of RGR's evolution and just how it's grown from the start. And also someone who featured as our first grind of the week on Instagram, Joey Loudon.
Yes. Shout out Joey.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Rainhaven.
Rainhaven Art.
Yeah,
yes,
Art. Art. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I think a good place to start for us might be how y'all know Joey. I mean, this is my actually first time meeting Joey.
For sure, yeah.
But how y'all know him?
I think it goes back more to y'all.
Yeah, I've known him since the womb. No, a little after, but yeah. I mean, I grew up with Joey, so I always thought it was badass when everyone's like, yo, the boy Joey Loudon. I'm like, Joey Loudon? Jeez, man, like I've known him forever. But yeah, we went to elementary school together, grew up together, we were best buds.
Oh yeah.
Back then, Cole Smith, the boys.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it goes way back. It's crazy to think.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kindergarten, dude.
Yeah, all from
I mean, that's y'all were saying like 16 years, something
at
like
least
that.
15.
Yeah. I mean, even ties into like he was saying earlier that I didn't even remember it, but he's like, yo, we sat at the same table at Outdoor Lab.
Yeah, he brought that to life to me. I guess that means we went to Outdoor Lab.
That's what I'm saying.
Too.
Like I had no idea. That blew my mind. I was like, damn. He's like, yeah, but we sat at the same table. And
What's Outdoor Lab?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Is that outdoor ed?
Yeah,
essentially.
Like, were y'all going like a sleepaway camp?
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, y'all did that as well.
Yeah, we called it
outdoor lab.
Outdoor lab.
Ed,
yeah, but like we went to the mountains and then they have cabins and the whole deal and like
Mount Evans.
You go on a hike one day and but it was like what, sixth grade. Yeah,
sixth grade,
and we went with a different school.
Okay.
Yeah, they brought a few different schools.
So
yeah.
I mean, like I knew this kid Griffin McGinty. That was like the only person like I like knew of because we played little league sports together.
Word.
So then like we were like, damn, we're going to the same outdoor lab. But then I mean these both these guys
Griffin,
happened to be there. But we didn't really know them, you know.
Word.
Griffin's how I even met you.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I actually met you, so yeah, it's just crazy.
I knew Griffin before elementary school.
And then, we grew up with Griffin, too, so it all just ties up.
Yeah.
Like,
small world, dude.
No,
yeah, but when you were starting, like, way back when RGR was, like, just a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the clothes, and, like, you were throwing all these different logos, and then you said Joey, and I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Or even way back before that, and Scotty Moon was like, yeah. Joey Loudon helped me with I was like, Joey Loudon, that's the boy. I was like, that's so sick. Like, I mean,
that's the thing. Like, I was talking about this earlier, even like when we were all just chilling. Like we all, I mean, like we didn't hang out in high school. Like, you know, like we didn't really like. I knew who he was, and like I knew, you know, like I saw him in the halls, and I know who he is. But like, I didn't know the man was mad nice at drawing. Like I didn't there was all this hidden talent almost.
Yeah.
So like
I feel like that's how everybody walks around, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like and then
that's so true.
Just through like I don't know, like through growing up and we all still found a way to like connect and create a relationship. I think it's really awesome. Mm-hmm. And like we all like had a background with each other, but like now there's like that actual relationship connection to where we can all like we can all network like we're doing right now. We're all like just feeding ideas off each other and just chopping it up and
chopping it up.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. But I mean, going into like you were saying about how like the RGR logo started. I remember like I had a couple sketches. Like I posted one the other day on our story. You know,
classic.
Like and then I made a really sketchy one on my phone, like a Photoshop app, and I just grabbed all these pictures from Google Images and like, but this man. Then I mean, I had that logo. I even printed shirts with it. I printed 2 shirts, and then after that, I remember like thinking, I got some criticism from some people, you know, just like constructive criticism of like, you should clean this up, do that. And I was like, word, like, I really don't know how to do that shit. So, like, I just wanted to reach out to someone who did. You know, like, we talk about that, like, in our past podcasts. Like, you don't know how to do something, like, reach out for help.
Exactly.
Like, use your network to, like, build that team and find people that can help you and you can help them.
Yeah.
So that, like,
Straight.
I saw his work with, like, Kai, like, our homie Kai, like, streams. And then he done some artwork for, like, his profile picture was like,
yeah,
like,
I've
that was
seen one.
fire. Like,
yeah, hell yeah.
and then, so I'd seen that, and then he done some work for our homie Scotty Moon
Okay.
for like some cover art pages.
Oh yeah.
That was sick. I forgot you did that, dude. I know you did multiple of them, but you did one for our, like, my song that I'm in too, 3747. The picture of the resort. Oh, I forgot about that. Moon, like, our whole song 3747 was about like our trip to the Bahamas. That was our room number.
Word.
And then so we had an idea of like, let's use a picture of the hotel like for our song.
Of course.
And then Moon was like, yo, like, he sent it to Joey. Joey paints this shit. Looks identical.
I remember.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, just use it as reference. Just looked at it and like eyeballed it, and it looks literally like a spitting image.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I mean, it just goes back to that. So I knew he had all this talent, and I was like, I'm gonna hit this man up for a logo. Hits me back immediately. Like, now if you want to throw some in about like, add all these sketchy like things I pulled from Google Images, and this man hits me like,
you had a gear that was like drawn with like a third grader's like.
No, I don't even doubt it.
That was like, it was like pixelated as like fucking.
Yeah, that's the one thing I reached out to. I'm like, how do we like get the line sharper on that? You're like, I got to redo the whole gear.
Yeah. So I like redid that, and then there was something else in it that had a watermark over it still.
The arrows
had the watermark over it.
Yeah, he's like, we were in Discord. I think it was, and you like zoom into it. You're like, you see this right here? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, those are watermark lines.
You gotta pay for this to get it.
He's like, if you sell this, like, someone would sue you quick. Like, you would not be able to take credit for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, that just brings back to what we all talk about is the process. I feel like it started from that, and then there's another design. You guys can go check it out on the Instagram in the post with the ROM and the shirt. That's like the next step of the logo. Went to that, and then it was kind of like
before this.
Yeah, we used a different font on the R's, and then I just got a lot of people telling me like they really liked the Times New Roman like of the letters, and so I'd hit him back up, and
serif font stronger.
Literally the craziest thing, I hit this man up and like to do another logo, and then he had already had like 4 or 5 different ideas cooked up. And like he was like, "Yo, man, I was playing with this, and I mean, came up with this."
Yeah, that's the perfect opportunity. Because like I just wanted to ask you. I always wondered like how you came up with this. I mean, I know Brevin like tossed you out some ideas, but then like how it turned into this eventually, just like how that worked.
So like in a basic process, Brevin sent me the gear and then the RGR. This is stayed pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And the original one you sent me had rise, grind, repeat.
Yeah,
the way they underneath this, and then I was like, it's too cluttered. And then, like, once you have that, you can like just this part, you can have this, and then you can always chuck that away. Yeah. And then you'll still have this.
Right.
So it just comes down to like basic like graphic design shit.
Word, yeah. See, and I have like I honestly low key consider myself like artistically challenged, so I have like no, I mean, just like in the sense that like I wouldn't think of that. Like to me, like okay, rise, grind, repeat underneath the letters, like that seems straight. But from like that graphic design perspective,
but like there's like so much in this logo that just works with like RGR. Like, the arrows are always pointing. And like no matter where you turn it, it's always gonna keep going back. Right. So it's a circle with the arrows and then the gear.
I love it. Just break this down for real.
Dude, like everything about it just works with the brand. So like
absolutely,
this was our 3rd logo, right?
3rd,
I think.
Maybe then, 4th.
I don't. I mean, like
because we played around. I sent you the first one, and then
I had the cursive font in the middle.
The cursive.
We went to this.
Didn't we play around with one before this though that you had?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But we never used it.
We never really used it, yeah.
And then we got the other ones, which I like the most.
Yeah.
It isn't released yet, but...
Yeah. I think... I was kind of thinking of... I guess we'll just give you making me throw out the shout out now, or like giving the viewers a little info of like kind of throwing that out as like a summer release with those, because I talk about in a past episode of you need to surround yourself with like-minded people, and you need to have like, or we want to be that community, you know, like you need multiple gears to grind is what I said in the past one. So I think like of using that other logo that we have with the 3 different gears is like kind of like I wanted to resemble of that community. It's like people are buying like those 3 different gears. You're a part of like one of those gears almost, you know?
I've seen that.
So that was more of like my thought was dropping that, but I love that one too.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite out of all of them. So
definitely. So yeah, we got this man's got some stuff in line.
Some years.
I mean, for us, he's got stuff for you guys. So
yeah, I think that gives us a great opportunity just to maybe like find out a little bit more about your grind, because the art grind is pretty much what you're about right now. Like that's how you've really helped us in so many different ways. Besides like these logos and stuff, like what else do you do? I mean, I know some people know you do the shoes and stuff.
Yeah, so like basically I've drawn my whole life, and that's where I started.
Yeah, we should take that back. I want to take this back to day one. Like, where did the art grind start? Like, so, like, who inspired you? What, like, I want to hear.
If you want like day one,
I want it all.
100%.
Hell yeah.
So I wasn't even in elementary school yet, and my brother was. He was in first grade, and then he brought home a drawing book, like how to draw, you know. And then my dad grabs it and draws a praying mantis out of it. I was just like, whoa. Like mind blown as like a 3-year-old. And I'm just like, I want that. I want to do that. And so like just growing up, I went into like just drawing everywhere. Because like back in elementary school, they wouldn't give me pens. Like the teachers wouldn't give me pens because I would draw on myself everywhere, dude. And you might have seen that. I just remember having art all over me all the time.
That's tough.
And then going into like middle school, I remember it. You get electives in middle school is like the first time. I didn't take an art class all of middle school. Didn't take an art class. And then I got to high school and then took art all 4 years because I hated taking the other electives in middle school. So I was just like, I got to do this.
What do you think made you not take art in middle school?
I don't know. I didn't know, dude.
You just didn't know?
I didn't know like if I wanted to pursue it.
I think that's also sad that I have noticed, like, my mom has worked in the school, like, like within our school district, and I've noticed, like, when we were younger is when they started to pool funding from those electives, like art, and, like, you know, like, your time that you spend in art, music, and PE, like, I know a lot of schools quit doing, like, music, like, I remember growing up learning how to play the recorder and all that.
Xylophone, dude.
And all that, you know? I know, like, it's been so up and down within schools where I feel like, you know, like kids should be like aware, even that young, of like they should have the ability to like try all these different things.
The thing is, like,
my bad. I don't mean to step, but that's a whole, you know.
That's a whole.
The school system's broken because, but you need to realize that, and it's hard, but obviously you're not going to realize it as a young child, but when you get older and then you get into high school, you're like, okay, how can I finesse this to fit me? You know? How could, you know, you didn't do it in middle school, but then you took art all 4 years because you knew, like, all right, like, you know, you can scam the system to, you know, cater to your needs, cater to what you actually want. You got to do the other dumb shit.
I can bounce off of that hard.
Let's hear it,
So in high school, I graduated with a 2.6 GPA.
Yes.
That's not good. That's not good.
Perfect to me. It sounds
but
like in the eyes of teachers, that's terrible. They're like, graduating, they were like, you're never going to go anywhere. You're not going to end up anywhere. Because I graduated with a 2.6. And then all I did through high school was show up, I didn't do homework, and then I passed tests. That's how I passed high school. Going into college, I was like, I'm going to do the same thing. I graduated college with a 3.4 GPA.
Hell yeah, man. Respect.
And played the fuck out of the system, dude. Straight played it. Because, like, everybody around me at college was like, how did you do this? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I played the system. I got a good grade because I know what the teacher likes. I did it all. Just for the teacher. I didn't care what it looked like.
Right, exactly.
For the teacher. Play the system and you'll do great.
But now that you're doing your grind and, like, you don't have to worry about playing the system, like, how would you?
I have to play the system still. I have to play clients.
Okay.
But I'm not playing them, you know what I mean? To me now, I don't care what I have to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
back when I was, like, in high school, I was like, I want to draw this. I want to design this. Now it's just, like, I'm doing this for someone else so that they could further themselves.
Word.
That's all it is. Like, this meant so much to me because I was just like, this is going to start something that's going to expand into huge.
And
like,
it did. And
That's
it's going to.
fucking
That's the one thing, like,
knowledge.
that I wanted to be, like, transparent on is, like, I didn't make this, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I wanted to give the credit, like, to you. Like, I wanted everyone to know.
Give credit
I
where
wanted
it's due.
everyone to know that the whole, like, image of RGR, the visual image, was pretty much created. Like, I had some of the ideas, but it was created by you.
Mhm.
You know, so I think, like, a lot of others, too, should
Yeah, sure does.
hop on that train, like, give credit to where it's due.
Yeah.
And, like, when, like, people do help you, like, you should help them, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like,
I think that's one of the coolest things.
you can take
though.
and you should give.
It's one of the coolest things about art
Mhm.
to me,
Mhm.
and just like saying that because like you're not. I wouldn't. I don't know. I might not word it as like playing the client, but like you're helping them. You know, in a way, you're painting.
I'm guiding them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't paint their own vision, so you can.
That's why they
You're
came to
doing
me.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's magical shit.
Yeah.
And you know, like when you said earlier, like I think of myself artistically challenged, but like when I think of art, I think of it on such a big scale that what do you like? Facilitation is an art,
Is it
bro.
art? No, we
Yeah.
literally
We're
talked
doing
about
art.
that at the CPD.
Yeah, like we're doing art right now, you know.
Yeah.
So like I think of art as such a big.
Yeah.
So when you said that, like that's badass, and like I'm glad that meant so much because
Mhm.
like it means a lot to us
To
too.
us.
Like
Yeah.
it's badass. Like
And
it's
like, dude, the whole thing is
fucking love
like
it.
the arrows is reciprocation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck you say it.
Yeah.
Reciprocation.
Reciprocation, yeah.
It's like if I'm gonna put effort into someone else, I don't expect it back, but it's better to have it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like, I appreciate being here and talking with you guys.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
100%.
bro.
No, it was
Of course.
It was
Of course.
always like the plan, you know,
Yeah.
like it was never my plan to like, I don't know, like take credit for any of this.
Mhm.
Like I wanted, like the whole point of this is to show all the different grinds.
Yes, like
And
that's-
like
that's the
and to
core.
build that community and
Yeah.
that network. So like I
Fucking
want to be able,
nuggets.
like I feel like this just is a such a clear example of like
Exactly.
that networking and reaching out to your community and people you know to build something like this is a team right
If
here
you
as
never,
I see it,
if
bro.
you
Like,
never hit Joey for the logo, like what would RGR visually look like?
I have no idea.
Would we even
I have
have
no
a podcast that we could have an intro, a fire intro for? Like
Yeah, the intro too.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the fact that you took that one step and reached out to a homie that you kind of knew but never really were completely tight with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these things just fell into place afterward.
I just think it's because it's so fire, so many nuggets.
I love it. It ties into everything.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
that.
it's
Why
like-
not? Like
Yeah,
I was like,
why
why
not?
don't I hit him up? And I
Mhm.
did.
Just that giving piece, like I love that you guys both like
Mhm.
because it's so money,
Yeah.
so money. Like everything we've done up to this point is surrounded by giving. Like
yeah.
you did that. You went into this giving, not expecting anything back.
Yeah.
That's what we're all do. That's what we're doing with this.
Mhm.
Like I'm not expecting anything from this. I hope this, brings value to somebody.
Yeah.
Or like,
Always.
and I think
That's the
that's
whole
what you
point,
could
dude.
do in like a lot of art. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a lot of just painting or
Mhm.
whatever your art may be. Like
Mhm.
it's a huge form of like giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's just giving yourself to
Yeah.
the world,
Mhm.
like just giving.
Yeah.
Just letting go and like
Yeah.
giving yourself, giving
Well,
all of yourself.
If you put it into perspective of like people, like I've had people that I don't even know message me
Damn.
on different platforms like your art and everything you do on your page means a lot to me. I look forward to seeing you post, and I'm just like, I don't know who you are,
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, it's like-
but I just
like-
impacted you, and that helps me
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking fire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one thing I wanted to say before I ask you another question, Joey. But like the fact that someone gave you that feedback, I think means so much to you as someone
Mhm.
who's like, when you're trying to help other people, when you have someone give you feedback like, yo, that helped me, that means so much to you as someone who's trying to offer help, because that just encourages you to keep doing what you're doing. Like that's the same thing we want when we ask for feedback from these
Yeah.
podcasts.
Mhm.
Another thing I want to emphasize too is like I think you need to realize, I want you to realize, is that every person that we impact, like you are incorporated
A
in
part
that
of that.
we.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
You know, like
Right.
like it's not like you are incorporated into that we because like like I was saying, our image, like what our message embodies, came a lot from the visual of what this all was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the logo,
Mm-hmm.
and like I think me and you just talked so much about all the messages I wanted to incorporate, and like all that wouldn't have happened literally if it didn't come from you.
Yeah.
So I think like
Flames.
I think that you need to realize like you're impacting more than just the people that see your art. Like every person in RGR that's impacted, that's coming from a part that you did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see everybody's posts too. Like
Yeah.
I see the hashtag. I see like when they at you or whatever.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I mean, like
It's just
any
people I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's like that's tight.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think you gotta think too. Like when we drop shirts too or something like that, anyone that buys one of those, it's like
They're repping something.
they're repping something you made.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's what I want
That's
too.
what we
Like
all want, yeah.
That's what I said in my grind of the week though. I was like, I just want people to look fresh and spread my art.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
it,
with that.
dude.
That was literally
That's
like
it.
so concise and fire. Like you killed it in
Just
that.
like simple and sweet.
Yeah.
Just
But that
Simple and sweet,
Right.
man. That's what it's all about. Simple and
that
sweet.
goes into what I wanted to ask you, honestly, and just like, so we had you a part of the logo. You know, we want you to be a part of the shirts as well. Like, what are some other things that you're kind of doing right now that are a part of your art grind?
Basically, I just do like the basic client work.
Mhm.
So it'll range from illustrations to logo design to drawings, sketches, tattoo commissions, all that stuff. And then
I didn't know you did tattoo
yeah,
stuff.
I've
That's
had people
dope.
hit me up for tattoos, and then they go to the artist, and then
That's
they
sick.
get the tattoo. But,
Yeah.
damn.
But then
That's
now
permanently on someone. That's
Yeah.
so sick,
Yeah.
dude.
my buddy has a full sleeve wrapped.
That
like
you
half
did?
Sleeve. It's all my original artwork on his arm.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Crazy,
That's
bro.
awesome.
But yeah, and then my main thing right now is I want to get into clothing and apparel.
Word.
So like I do the custom shoes all the time.
Yeah,
But-
the Vans.
Yep.
What were you
then-
thinking with apparel?
So I'm getting resources or whatever, assets to print clothes myself. And so by June 1st, I'm going to have a line of windbreakers. I'm going to have dust masks. And then I'm going to have like t-shirts and long sleeves.
Yeah.
So how's that?
All right, June 1st, heard that?
Yeah.
I'll put it on the
So-
calendar.
So you a company prints them for you?
No, I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah, he's-
Word. So you're gonna just
I'm-
wholesale a bunch of windbreakers and all that,
Yeah.
and print them all yourself?
Yep.
That's fire.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I love that. Like just that handmade.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that like with in terms of some of the art that you're doing, we're maybe gonna like show some of that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it perfectly ties into we're talking about all the different art he does. So
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely want to show you guys some of the art. So I think we want to cut to a little slideshow here, so you guys can take a look at all his art on his Instagram. We'll also give you a little peep at that. So
Yeah.
check that out real quick. We'll be back.
Scotty Moon. Yeah. Sick of being tired. Sick of all these liars. Every day be the same. Life's just a test. Life's just a game. Building up my stress. Till I set the world on fire. I'm still gonna say that I'm sick of being tired. Yeah, I ain't fucking with the basics. Working at a pro level while we in the basement. I don't waste no time on these people cause they evil. Got my sight right, got an eye of an eagle. Yeah, I don't wanna feel this pain. Life a cycle that repeats, I'm about to go insane. Tired of feeling solo, I want some kind of change.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the little slideshow, and I hope you will check out Joey on his Instagram. On what else? Yeah, Twitch.
Yeah,
Instagram.
Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. That's it.
What are the handles for that? Is it just,
It's just Rainhaven Art.
Rainhaven
we'll
Art.
throw it in the
On-
in the bio. But
Yeah. On Twitch it's just Rainhaven, but
Word.
everywhere else it's
We're gonna
Rainhaven Art.
somewhere about right here. You're gonna see Rainhaven Art right here. We'll get that for you guys.
Yeah.
I think like talking about social media bring this into like our next topic we want to talk about perfectly of how like essential like in our day and age social media is to promoting yourself, promoting your company, your grind, and about that. So you guys want to go into
I mean,
I think
honestly, I was just gonna say, just to start it off with some fire. The entire internet, yo.
Yeah.
It's like, and I hate like all the hate on because it's like, oh, you kids and your social media.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, this is wake up. Like, this is fire. We're lucky as fuck.
This is like the newspaper back in like 1901.
Yeah, the newspaper was the tits. 1901. It's like newspaper on steroids.
It's even quicker than that.
Yeah.
You don't gotta wait for a paper to get to your crib. Everything's instantaneous.
Yeah.
You post something and a second later it's like, I gotta like someone just saw it
already.
It's bam. So I think like
it can work against you though. And it can bite you in the ass real quick though.
Very true.
Because like there's like a stat that's like you gotta snag someone's attention now in 3 seconds or it's done.
Yeah,
it's done. So like that's heavy for me on art because like if someone doesn't see like my piece and they're like, oh, that's tight, let me go look at it more, it's just gonna get glanced over.
That's true.
So, I feel you.
So how do you, like, when you're trying to make your art, how do you think about making it in such a way that like someone will be attracted to it in that first like 3 seconds?
Well, in my brain, or for me at least, it's like someone's gonna like it. I don't care about how many people like it. Someone is gonna like it.
Will. Yeah.
Because
like the billions.
Yeah, exactly.
People that use social media.
Yeah. So like back in high school, I used to draw a lot of like, I don't know how to put it, like death. Like I used to draw a lot of skulls.
Honestly, I feel like I remember that.
It's like darker
themed.
Yeah.
So I used to draw that, and then like I used to draw all that and then post it. I don't have it anywhere really anymore. Like I still have a couple darker themed like sketches or whatever, but there was like a bunch of people that liked me for that, and then I twisted my style to a different audience.
Yeah.
So I went into more graphic stuff and like more fruity, I guess, stuff.
If you will.
Yeah. Because I don't want to say like I sold out, but like, yeah, I want people to enjoy my art, but it's still my art, so I don't see what's the difference, you know?
For sure, yeah.
Like, not everybody wants to go see like a skull stabbed with an arrow with barbed wire and blood and guts. Like,
yeah, I think that's one of the things too. Is like, I mean, outside of social media, but in social media, whatever you're doing at all, you kind of have to find like your niche. And, like run with it, but not everything ever is going to tend to anybody. Like, like RGR, like this podcast, RGR in the future, like, we'd like to like be global and like tend to everybody. The fact of the matter is like you're never going to make everybody happy. That's just silly. That's just silly to think you could do that. Yeah. Which you got to be okay with, but finding your niche and then just running with it.
Even like one thing you mentioned in one of the other episodes was, or like one of the nuggets we were doing is like, we don't all think the same.
Right.
Like we don't all like the same things. Like,
right. It's all context.
It's all in context. So I think, like you were saying, adapting your audience, of what you want it to be. I feel like it doesn't really matter because you're always gonna have, like you said, those people that don't like it. You're always gonna have those people that do. So I think.
And I think it's clutch with social media because there's such a big audience that, like you were saying, somebody's gonna like my shit.
Yeah,
someone is.
Somebody.
I don't know who it is, but someone will.
Yeah,
like just random people throughout Instagram.
Yeah,
like that's the beauty of hashtags, dude. Like
yeah.
I learned, like, I don't know where I heard it, but if you, for like growing a social media platform, if you use 5 hashtags every single time, only 5, your channel, whatever you want to say, will grow faster if you use like 25. 100%.
So you're saying
less is more.
So like I would go minimum 5 hashtags.
Oh, okay.
5 to like 8.
5 to 8, okay.
And then you will grow, like, I don't have a huge Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like that's what I heard from like top dogs in Instagram is like use 5 to 8 and you'll grow faster if you use 20.
Word.
Just because like it's not diluting into other hashtags.
It's just focused.
A staple in that hashtag.
Yeah, it's narrowed down till you're like finding that target audience.
Yeah,
you know, like it's not hitting.
Yeah, that's close.
100 different people. Yeah, I feel like that's a huge key point.
And I see people do that all the time. They'll like
we even do that a little bit.
Yeah, it's not that bad though. Like I see other artists. They'll like I go to their Instagram and they draw like a bunch of different things, and then I go to their hashtags and then it's like flower, shoe.
Yeah.
Bird, and it's like, why are you using those hashtags?
I like what you did. You almost like started your own. You found something that what is it like? Let me ruin
a pair of shoes for you.
That's fire.
Hashtag.
Yo.
We're gonna get that again right here.
Yeah.
Hashtag. Let me ruin a pair of shoes for you.
Yeah. Fire.
Hashtag. Let me ruin a pair of shoes for you.
That's fire.
I think the, pros and cons for everything, but like, I think I always think positive with anything, but like the beauty of a hashtag is you can't own a hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
But some people might look at that in a negative, like you can't
Mm-hmm.
brand a hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody could use a hashtag.
Yeah.
But that's
So
the cool thing.
That's the cool thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can post into that, and then they're a part of that.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like that
right now
community
it has
piece.
like 11 posts under that hashtag.
Yeah.
And like 8 or 9 of them are me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But still,
but
like,
it's cool that like other people can like
Yeah.
collaborate in that sense. You know?
yeah, like when I see other people like hit hashtag RGR, like Rise, Grind, Repeat,
Mhm.
it's like I love seeing people post their grinds. I
Yeah.
love people like that connection. I love seeing people like clearly we're impacting them where they want to throw out that hashtag.
They want to
and
spread it.
They want to spread it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's another part of what hashtags are all about
Yeah.
Mhm.
and what they're for.
Yeah.
But like a main thing on social media is like staying consistent.
Yeah.
Like any social media, like YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of them, you have to stay consistent because, in a sense, if you have 100,000 followers, you don't post for a month and then you post, I guarantee you 3% of those people will be like, I follow this person,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unfollow. So you have to stay consistent so that you're still relevant in their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like a good example of this, like not everyone might know like Twitch and streaming,
Yeah.
but like that whole thing of you have like monthly subscribers, and like I know streamers that were on vacation or they took a week off streaming,
And they get
Where-
chunked.
Mm.
so many of their people that watch them are like, where's he been, where's he at, and then they their subscription ends, so they can resubscribe to someone and that person hasn't been playing, so they subscribe to someone else. It's like
Yeah.
you're almost missing out
No, 100%.
on like people
Yeah.
that may view it,
Yeah.
or like that consistency definitely builds.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
The repeat.
In and out. In and out. I mean, in and out of social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've touched on that for sure.
Yeah,
Consistency
100%.
in your fucking life.
Yeah.
Or-
like you said, that's what the repeat is standing for.
I think we could even talk about like you run some social media for the CPD or the
Yeah.
ambassadors.
Nah, I did a little bit for the CPD. That was just for like one semester. We had a social media team, and essentially we would have to create what was called evergreen content. So it was just like posts that that the Center for Public Deliberation could post at any time on their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just so that like y'all said, you're staying relevant on your followers' feeds, like they're always seeing your content and things like that. So I just got a lot of practice of making something that was related to what the center's goals and motivations were, but then something that was general enough that we could put it out to the audience at like any time.
Yeah.
Fire.
So that was just another way that the CPD used social media as a tool for like community outreach, advertising events that they had, like community outreach events that they were going to hold, try to like increase the audience that they kind of attract by using more hashtags and things like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of really understood from that perspective how crucial social media could be. But we already just talked about like hashtags and the consistency. I was wondering if there's like any other ways you've used social media as a tool for yourself.
I mean, that basically sums it up for me. But like, for me as an artist, that's like Instagram's huge. Instagram is the way to go.
Okay.
It like peaks of like social media. So like you remember back in like 2009, 2010, YouTube was like everything. Like,
Yeah.
dude, YouTube this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before that, it was like Twitter. Like, oh, did you see someone's tweet?
Tweet,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's still kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it was like peaks of
Oh,
social
yeah.
media.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Instagram's on its way up,
Popping
but it's
right now.
it's kind of peaking.
I was going to say it's peaking for
It's
sure.
peaking.
Right now.
That's what
So,
I'm like trying to figure out. Is like, what's next?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn for sure.
LinkedIn. That's what you think?
Bro,
Dude,
you could, the
LinkedIn's
content.
money.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the content you could pump on. Yeah.
Yeah,
like what
LinkedIn's
kind? Like
money.
what
Anything.
about
It's like a
LinkedIn?
professional Facebook
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah,
Because you
it's
still
just
have
content.
you still have
It's
a
the same
timeline
thing.
of the people that you have connections with, but instead of being friends with people, that's your like network. So it's literally connections you've built.
Okay.
And then like that ties into people's professional status of like what their jobs are, what their previous jobs are, organizations they're involved in, things they're doing themselves, and then
See, that's
like,
crazy.
So
too,
do you
'cause
see people like what would you consistently post?
Anything.
the same?
It's
it's the
It's
same
the same thing.
Same thing you would post on Facebook, like a motivational quote. That's what I.
See, I
see
guess
people
like
post
I
on
see it more
LinkedIn.
branded as like what you're gonna use when you go apply for a job.
For a job.
And like
but
that
that's
deal.
the beauty of it is that you can do that too.
But it's also a social
it's
media
a
platform.
it's a
That's
social
true.
media platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a social media platform
I mean,
that's amazing
and
for
we could-
also applying to jobs.
And that's why we're currently in the process of deploying more social media platforms.
Yeah.
Because it's
Made
clutch.
all
It's
the-
key.
yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be. We're gonna hit somebody on LinkedIn that doesn't use YouTube.
Right.
True.
Shit
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
it's like, you never know. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
Instagram's it's peaking, but I think it's cool too that it's like to our Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. They're not, they're a little on the cut, but they're millions of people
Still plenty use it.
Still,
Mhm.
just because it's not the kingpin right now.
Yeah.
There's still, and that's why you need to hit them all.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're whatever, you're showing your art, you're running a
Mhm.
business,
Your music.
anything. Like you got to hit
Yeah.
them all because
Yeah.
somebody's using something and
We-
the other person isn't.
I think that's all about like even what we're talking about like now currently is like we want to expand our platforms even more than
Right.
our SoundCloud. So like we've been looking into iTunes podcasts, so
Apple
the Apple Podcast and doing that and posting on that. I love this idea of LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can figure out something with that.
How
But
we could, yeah.
I mean, I think I want people to understand like we're all in a learning process too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the best part.
Like that, like
It's the journey, dude.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And I
the
love
best
that,
part.
Yeah.
I love that we're documenting it. Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone can see what we're doing and the process. I just want people to know that we are all learning and echoing what we're learning.
Yeah, it's key. We're not creating. We're documenting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fire.
That's
yeah.
key, man.
Yeah, we
I think
are.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
We're not creating. We're documenting. That's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like back to like Instagram and stuff. Like
Yeah.
for like me as an artist, I use it as a platform to make money in a
Mhm.
sense.
Mhm.
So like I always have my DMs open. So literally anybody could DM me and be like, I want a logo, I want a drawing, I want a portrait, I want shoes,
Yeah.
something,
Anything.
For sure.
And like that's like huge for me. Like I launched a website and I was just like, all right, I have it now.
Mhm.
It's for later.
Yeah.
But right now, for where I'm at, I use Instagram as a tool to get sales in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's where I get contact with people is in Instagram DMs.
I mean, that's
People-
how.
That's how this started.
That's how this started.
Yeah,
I just
on
I
Instagram.
just hit him in the DMs, bro.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, I need a logo. He's like, bet, I got you.
Yeah.
Like it was as simple as that.
No
Like
front.
yeah.
And the thing is like if anybody is watching that like has that opportunity, reply instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
For
I've had people come to me and then they like spit me an idea, they spit me the price, they spit me like all this stuff about what they want, and I won't reply. And that's toxic. I need to not do that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for
I've done
sure.
it. It was probably like 2 years ago that I used to do that a bunch, but like now I just reply and be like, hey, I don't think I can handle it right now.
Yeah.
And just being straight up and honest because that's better in the long run.
Yes.
No,
100%.
That brings. I mean,
crucial.
I know it kind of goes away from social media, but I love that the honesty.
Mhm.
I'd rather have someone tell me like, yo, I can't hang out. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Than like not replying, or feeding
Yeah, just being shady.
some BS excuse or something shady, like you're saying. Like
I
I'd rather.
feel that.
I love the truth. Like it.
I know.
I
it's
hate when-
wild to me.
Because I just get a sense and a vibe when someone, like I'm
Getting
like,
ghosted, in
yeah,
a
you're
sense.
getting not ghosted, yeah, ghosted, but it's like, yo, I know, like
I
They're
don't-
holding
dude,
something
it's like
they're holding something
dude,
back,
it's like,
yeah.
it's like it's just yes and no. I
Mhm.
don't want a maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe is just a
Yeah.
polite way to say
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
It's like when I was saying like, what was I saying? It was like try. It's like you're just the words you use. You got to be careful. Like I was saying, try. The word try is
Mhm.
just an upfront excuse for failure. Like
Mhm.
oh, I'm gonna try
Mhm.
versus oh, I will.
Yeah.
It's like oh, maybe I could do that for you, or oh, maybe it's like yes or no. Like
yeah.
just be honest with yourself, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what it really comes down to. Be honest with yourself.
I always I'll sometimes use that maybe, but I try to always give that, but it probably isn't gonna happen. If someone's yo, you chill, or can we do shoot a podcast soon? It's it may work, but but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably not. The odds of it is probably not. But just we're just not leaving it out dangling for him of. Oh, he said maybe, but I just telling him it's probably not gonna work.
Let me sit on that, and I'll get back to you next week.
Yeah. Well, when you hit me up to be here today, I was like, let's set it in stone.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
That's what I was saying.
Yep. He hit me up the same day.
Same day. It was
Tuesday. I was like, cool. Tuesday, bet I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll be up Monday.
Yeah, I was like, do you work? He's like, not anymore. I was This man was like, I'll quit my job before I miss an episode of RGR.
Even today, homie's making sacrifices here too.
Yeah. I had to miss the playoff. I am.
Yeah. Your boy Will is throwing some shade.
Yeah. It's all good though. But no, there was one thing that we just said that I wanted kind of to bring it back to. We talked about not holding back.
Yeah.
And people seeming like people are holding things back.
Fire.
Joey was like, yo, I'm gonna be here on this date. We're gonna shoot the podcast. Mikey C, I'm not working. We're gonna be there on the date. We're gonna shoot the podcast. I'm here regardless of whatever else. We're shooting the podcast. We're not holding back. We're doing everything in our power to make things happen. And I think that's how we're all finding success in our personal paths and our collective paths as well.
Just in my straight happiness, honestly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even, just in a whole large sense, just straight being happy, can't hold back.
No.
Yeah.
You're gonna block yourself from your own happiness, yo.
Yeah. You're in control of everything in your life. I don't care. People, for instance, my brother, he's going through some shit right now. I'm just like, dude, grab life by the balls.
Yeah.
Throw that fucker across the planet, dude.
Honestly.
You're in control of everything. I went through some stuff this past winter and past summer, actually. This whole past year, I was going through a developmental stage of what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? Who do I want around me? All this stuff. And then March, probably, even a little bit before that, February, I was just like, fuck it. This isn't what I want to do. Switched it, and then it just changed.
Yeah, having those different seasons of development stages in your life. But then we were spitting. That's why you're getting all hyper.
You already know what I'm about to say. I'll let you even say it because you're the one who originally said it.
Well, I think I don't even know when it was.
Episode
1.
I think it might have been. Yeah.
Which you probably might not have heard because it was on that. On the
GoPro.
It's so simple. It's, you don't like something, change it.
Whether it's if you don't like your grind, then you need to switch something up. Whether it's your grind or your mentality, that's exactly what you did. It's and look,
simple.
It's gotten you to where you are now.
Where I'm at right now.
Would you say from March, and you're saying
from March last year to now, I feel 110% better about where I'm at, what I'm doing,
respect,
all that shit.
It's so crazy because people don't make that switch sometimes.
Yeah. And they don't understand that you have to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
And it's really just a lot of perspective and a lot of mindset and really just a lot of searching inside yourself,
It's figuring stuff out.
That brings us to a question I'd want to ask you is what are some top things, whether it was mentality or I know you said you switched up your grind, so aside from kind of switching up what you were doing, what mentally helped you, would you say kind of get through that phase or that stage?
If I'm being 100% honest, daylight savings time.
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but from November to March, I'm dragging, dude.
Word.
It sucks.
Word.
And so I was just waiting for that day, March 10th. Waiting for it to switch, dude. Waiting for the switch. And then it switched, and then I got sunlight back. It was just finding that light to guide me through all of the bullshit.
Wow.
Damn, that can be taken so deep.
Yeah.
That light.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm hip to that. I fucking hate daylight savings.
I don't know why we still do it.
when I graduated college, I didn't know what to do. I got my degree. I was looking at jobs.
A lot of people.
Yeah. I love that you brought that up. It's like it's a lot of people.
It's like I went through 4 months of just looking at jobs, internships anyway, to get into the graphic design field when I didn't even want to be a graphic designer.
Word.
I wanted to be an artist, number one, and then number two, an illustrator, and then third, be a graphic designer.
Isn't that fucking scary? Because you know how many people do that? Because they're holding back on themselves, or they don't, they don't take the time to just eat their own shit and figure out what they actually want. They're just like, oh shit, I graduated, I need to do this. I really want to do this, but I need to get a job. I need I gotta get a career.
Yeah.
But right now,
I paid bills working at Chipotle.
This point in time for our age group is the time to take that jump into going to do something. Because when you're 40, you got a kid, you got a car payment, you got a house.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, I want to go design clothing. Quit my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You can't. It's impossible.
No.
So like right now is when I thought of myself, I was like, I need to do this now.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I can't hold back.
You know this
What'd
is
you say? Start now.
Yeah, you know what this is making me think of? That Shia LaBeouf video, bro. When he's like, just do it! You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop holding back. You're talking about it, bro. We're at that certain age. Like, stop holding back. Stop making excuses. Stop second guessing. Like, if there's something that you think you should do instead of what you're doing right now, do it.
Yeah.
Stop holding back.
Yeah.
Do it. You know what I'm saying?
Turn this off right now.
Yeah, stop watching.
Stop. And go do it.
Do it.
What it is.
Cut, chop, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then come back and finish the
And finish the
episode.
video.
Yeah,
Because
I
you still
know,
got some
I know.
knowledge.
I know. They're probably, people sitting there probably
The cool
thinking
thing
about shit,
is that with the podcast, they can go do shit. They can go do their grind and listen to this. They don't have to stop listening.
You got it on SoundCloud. You can listen to the audio. It doesn't have to be just on
That's what
YouTube.
the grind does not stop.
Yeah.
No, never.
That's like not holding back, bro. Like
Nah.
the grind continues.
Don't hold back on the grind.
Because there's so many different grinds. You get like you just talked about all your college, going to classes, doing all that, not knowing what you wanted to do, and on top of that, you were still grinding
Exactly.
at doing delivery. So it's like everyone's still like we understand like
This is so
it's not like this man was just like sitting at home all day. It's like he had other things he had to do, and then I love that there's this quote. It's like people have their 9 to 5, but what are you doing from 5 to 9?
Yeah.
Like, it's fire. It's like, yes, you got to do what you got to do. You got to go to school. You got to go to work. But what are you doing with that extra time? There is extra time.
Oh, everybody.
Don't lie to yourself.
24 hours.
Don't tell yourself, I was so busy, I don't have time. I was too tired. That's on you, man. Like, you could have taken 30 minutes to read a book or watch a video.
Yeah, if you're tired, if you're tired, you're uninspired.
You're tired, you're uninspired.
I haven't heard that one. That's pretty fire.
If you're tired, you're uninspired.
I haven't heard that.
That's straight facts. Because if you're really inspired and you're really chasing something you want,
then you'll go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even like with this. I'll catch myself up at 4 a.m. like waiting for a video to export. Yeah, like you even talked about that today. I'm like, what are you doing after this? Like driving down, he's like, oh, I'm going to meet with the homies at 1. And I'm like, 1? Like 1 in the morning? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, so you guys plan to meet at 1 a.m.? And he's like, yeah. Like that's a perfect example of what we're talking about. What are you doing from 5 to 9?
Like to me, it's like, it's very, very cliche, but it's like, I'll sleep when I'm dead, dude. Like,
honest.
I'll go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, wake up at like 10, because I know my cycle or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll go to bed at 4, wake up at 10, and then grind until like 4, and then go to work. Or I'll grind until like 9 or 10 at night.
Yeah.
And take a break in between, and then just keep going.
Yeah, honestly,
I
that's the same. It's the same with me. Like, but that's clean because, I mean, you're still getting, sleep. Like, sleep is important, but it's like 6 hours. That's all you need. That's what I do. It's like cash.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying don't sleep.
Yeah.
But like, you can find time.
There's always time.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Quit making excuses.
We all got the same 24 hours. You sleep 6. What is that? 18 left. You got to work 8 hours. You got 10 hours. Jesus.
Yeah.
You take like hour and a half, 2 hours
just
to like eat, do normal human things.
Yeah.
The rest of that is
Dude,
go
there's
do
some
shit.
There's some straight up math for you to prove you could go do.
Quick maths.
Yeah.
I mean, like you were saying though, even with that time where you do your, you know, like your daily things of just like hanging out by yourself, you can still like make that valuable to your life.
Yeah.
You know, with just by who you're surrounding yourself with in that time, whether it's just chilling, you know, like even when we finish this and we go hang, you know, we finish this episode and we're chilling, like there's so many ideas that still bounce off of us and that we're talking about, and it's always like
I'm always doing something. Like, because I got shit to do. I got goals I've set for myself.
Yeah.
Shit's happening.
It's in motion.
It's
Like
we were like even just laying in bed, you're just like, fuck yeah.
I just got an idea.
This morning even, I was up, I heard you snoring, and so then I was like, all right, like I'm probably gonna close my eyes for a little more, and like I looked at my phone and it was like 9:30. 5 minutes passed, like I wake back up and look and fool's gone. I call him like, yo, where'd you go? I'm upstairs, man. Like just that 5 minutes, and he's like, I'm up and ready. Like you was like, you were snoring, dog. Like you're passed out cold.
But not with that. I mean, I kind of just wanted to bring it back to one thing that Joey was telling me earlier. I know this is like just mad off topic, but you were telling me about like not holding back, you know, and like how right now one of the main things you do with your art grind is like drawing on shoes and stuff, and that was like something you never even thought of originally.
Yeah. So like going out of college, I was like, I knew I didn't want to be a graphic designer anymore. I wanted to just draw, be an illustrator. My mom and my dad and like people around me were all like, you should go draw for children's books, and I was like, nah.
You did what you wanted to do.
Yeah, so I like took it back and I was just like, okay, what do I actually want to do? And so my sister was graduating from college this semester, like at the end of this semester, and so I was like, what am I gonna get her for graduation? Instantly was just like, I saw a picture of someone did like custom shoes, and I was just like, all right, let's go get a pair of shoes. And I drew on them and posted them, and then I got like 3-4 people that were like, yo, I want a pair. And I was just like,
I even hit you.
Yeah. And I was just like, all right, let's go.
Let's get groovy.
Speaking of which, I think
I saw this man post the shoes and was like, it was like winter break. I'd picked up some shoes and some Air Force Ones, and I was like, I want to do something with these, like just an all white shoes, a canvas. I think you've even talked about that. The all white, it's the perfect canvas. And then I'd seen your post, so you're drawing on shoes. I'm like, yo, you got to do something for me, man. And I mean, like, yo, this is the first look at the Air Havens. You want to bring these out here real quick?
Oh my! Ooh, too fire!
Yeah.
Fire!
Check these out real quick.
Yeah, you can pop them right here.
Yeah.
That's tough, yo.
No, we'll definitely get close-ups and other shots.
Oh, bro, Haven, bro. Yeah. Oh,
yes, sir.
That's mighty fine work right there.
Real quick, we want to give you guys a closer look at these shoes because they're off the hook.
Damn.
The eyes, I am super excited with these shoes, guys. Shout out to Joey on these again.
Yes,
if y'all want some, I know like you like to do Vans more, huh?
Yeah, any canvas shoe.
Any canvas shoe. So you heard it. Like, if you have any canvas shoe you want to get drawn, hit him up.
Do you want to like quickly? I mean, I just learned to know why canvas is crucial. Do you want to maybe explain why you prefer canvas over other shoes?
With canvas shoes, the ink will set easier with the pens I use. For leather like these, if you before you put clear coat on it, the ink will rub off. Just because the ink won't set into the leather as easy. It just literally sits on top.
Yeah.
So,
Got you. Yeah, it's more like paint.
Yeah, you need
like painting on something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clutch.
So I do right now. I offer slip-on Vans, Eras, and Classics, and then the skate highs. What I'm doing.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have any other canvas shoe that you have, I'll do it. So.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I think like Converse, like Chuck Taylors or Canvas.
I've had a couple people ask me to do Chucks, but they
Hell yeah.
never.
Where they
through,
didn't follow
Follow through.
Losing out.
Yeah, you're missing out. You're missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow through.
Yeah.
These
But-
are tight.
That's crucial. I think like that speaks to something that like we're all people who follow through. You know what I'm saying? With everything we're doing, the man Joey follow through with the shoes, with the logo,
Came
with the
through.
intro. So many different things.
And I think like coming through, you know, like not saying something and taking action and actually doing it speaks for who you are.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of this is about like you want to show who you are and like why you're doing it, you know, and really show. I love the who, what, when, where, why, all that shit.
Mhm.
Like really show that off. You know, the who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think who you are like speaks to how your grinds play out. Like, you know what I'm saying? All of our grinds are playing out, I would say successfully, just where they're at in their stages, because we're following through and, you know, we're just the type of people we are. We know the types of people that we are personally, and that's how that's helping us move forward. So like you spoke about how like you've known since elementary school, like you would draw on your arms and stuff. Like I think that's so dope. You know, that's something about yourself that you've known and that's carried you through your grind, like, you know, your art grind.
So like growing up, like I didn't know, like no one knows what they want to do until like it hits them in the face.
Yeah.
You know? So in high school, I made it like prominent that I'm the art kid. Like
For sure.
hit me for art
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like I think at the end of senior year, like they do the awards or whatever. I won most artistic or
Oh,
something.
hell
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Damn, I was there. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
tough.
Yeah. So like that like pushed me further, just like to have that like backing of like a whole
Yeah.
like grade in school, like showing their effort and like saying like, hey, you're good at art. And I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta run with this, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like in a sense, I put all my apples in one bin, but that bin's divvied up into different directions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Do you think that helped you like find who you would say you are, or like what do you think?
in a sense,
Like
that
kind of
was
like helps define, you know, like
that was like a stepping stone.
a stepping
for me,
stone.
in a sense to like I'm the art kid,
Mm-hmm.
so like
Yeah.
now it's like I'm gonna go be the art person.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
So
So you think like
it's just
it
like
goes through
extra
phases?
growth. Yeah. Like when I was in college, I was like, right before college, I was like, I'm gonna do graphic design. I want to be a graphic designer. I want to design all this stuff for companies. And then by the end of it, I was just like,
I mean, you even
I don't
tried
know,
somehow with some people, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like people
I've
would
done a
hit you
bunch of
up.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just realized like this isn't what I want to do.
Yeah.
So like I found out pretty quick, like it punched me in the face, and I was like, hey, let's go, let's run.
Yeah, I think when you brought this point to us, like who you are, it was like you got to find who you are before you take yourself places.
Mhm.
Is what you said, but on like the contrast of that, it's like I don't feel like, I don't know, because it's a forever game, like what we were saying.
Like
You wanted to do, you graphic design, but it's like it faded.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like just shit like that. Like it's a forever game. Like finding out
like
who you are.
it's the journey of life, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll go through phases of I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to keep going, and
Yeah.
you don't truly know who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the past things that make you who you are,
Right.
in a
Damn,
sense.
that's
You know?
Yeah.
that's huge.
It's all and you go through those seasons and you learn different things
Yeah.
of yourself,
hmm
and so
You just saying that made me like think back, dude, like deep of when you can really like analyze all the things back in your life that have brought you to where you are.
Like,
You
if
know,
I-
like
Like what I said at the beginning of the podcast, if my dad wouldn't have drawn that praying mantis in front of me,
who would I be? Yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
like
I mean, I think there's so many of those moments though that all contribute. Like every day there, I feel like there's those moments that you may not think it, but that in some way in your mind contribute to that of who,
Daily.
like daily that make you who you are.
I think I spoke on that a little while ago too. Is like I'm Mikey C or whatever, but I don't just sit here as Mikey C. Like I sit here as hundreds, thousands of past experiences and different people that have made me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm just sitting. I'm
Yeah.
a mural of what's happened to me and who has happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is speaking beautifully also to what we were talking about in our last podcast.
Wasn't it about like being grateful?
It was about not only just being grateful and just, we talked about like reflection and looking back.
Yeah.
And then that's what we're talking about right now exactly, is who we are right now is a product of our past experiences, and the fact that we've reflected on those experiences, taking them into account. You remember your dad drawing that praying mantis, and you've thought about how that's affected you at this moment right now where you're at in your life. And I think that if you didn't do that, you wouldn't, I think it would hinder the grind process in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crucial for you to know those roots so that you know what you've grown into right now.
Yeah.
It's so clutch. I think it just I just remembered I was just like on the reflection piece, because there's a bad side to that too. Like reflect, like people look on the bad stuff that's happened, and then,
or like don't get stuck in the past.
Right. And I'm never a person to do that. I always find positive in everything.
Yeah.
But I was at the Kava bar in Denver, and this fool, he was like 40, just had the sickest mindset ever, like sickest dude I've ever just struck up a conversation. He was like, and I told him how, like, what we're doing, and I was talking about, like, maybe speaking to the football kids, like, at Columbine at some point, and then I said something about, like, regret, and he, like, stopped me and was like, nah, man, don't ever regret. Reflect. Reflect, not regret.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, like, this man I just met, I was just like, Jesus.
Holy hell.
Like, he had me shifting in my seat. I was like, damn, that's powerful.
Yeah, no kidding.
I forgot his name. I got his number. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'll give him some credit in the future.
I think, that's awesome. Like you said, through football, like, I know, like, we always maybe people didn't think our message was, I don't know, like, our image as kids and players, like, we weren't, no one ever thought we were, like, the grade A, perfect, goody two-shoes.
Yeah.
It was kind of like we went through our ups and downs, and, we faced adversity, and I think just coming back and to reflect on those kids and echo, like, all the maturity that we've gone through and all that would just be huge. Like,
that'd be clutch.
I think that's even what we do here,
Yeah, that's what this is all about.
Like, just showing the growth of us and, like, wanting to help other people maybe grow in some way or some, like, change their mindset or something, the way they think.
Dude, who put that? What was that comment?
Which
that
one?
Comment, bro. He was like, it was like last night. He's like, your videos, I used to want to be, like, just mediocre, but your videos
oh, yeah.
always pumped me up, bro.
Yeah, it was like right before. No, on our Instagram.
I'm just gonna pull it up.
Pull it up. Yeah.
Might as well.
No, but as you're about to pull that up, what you were saying sparked a question in me. I wanted to ask y'all, like, to think about how, like, who you are as a person and, like, what you know about yourself as a person has translated into your grind, like, currently.
Real quick, just because I'll just put my phone in. Homie's name is David.
David.
David. It just says David.
We got David.
He said,
David, if you're watching, we appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. He said, I used to always try and be mediocre as fuck, but these videos have opened my eyes to how cool I can possibly, and I fucking drink 12 protein shakes every day. Bless up. And I don't know, I was just like,
that's what it's about right there. It's about inspiring people, giving people that motivational drive.
Definitely. To go back to your question, like, you said what we've seen, what we found in ourselves that we've input in our grind.
Yeah, like what you know about you as a person, what you know about yourself.
Okay.
How that's translated into what your grind is.
So I would say, like, I've always had the hobby of Adobe and Premiere, you know, like in photography and video. And I think like that's crucial in like social media. I think that's crucial to like branding and development. And then a while ago, I found this, like, I've always been feel like selfless. So I've always liked the giving aspect and giving back. And then, so like, I loved that, you know, that I feel like that embodied who I was. So like putting that and then those skills of like branding, you know, and trying to like create something.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
like proposing an image, and I feel like that tied into like just starting something like I'll be like a business and a platform to echo all these things that I feel like have created who I am to everyone else. So I feel like that perfectly ties into like
straight
the grind.
Like all the things that created who I am, or I've turned into this. Like this is my grind.
Yeah.
Like school, RGR, like the gym.
Yeah.
Like that's like my grind.
It's a reflection of who you are.
Yeah.
I mean,
what would you say?
Just even to the very core, like just simplest, but thinking all the way back, is I just love people, So simple and might be stupid, but it's like I've always been like a people person.
Yep. That's
like
episode 1.
I remember I like making friends. I like being around people. Just doing shit like this and just talking. If there was, you know, even if there wasn't a camera, I'd be enjoying the shit out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just bouncing out. Like I'm just a people person.
Yeah.
And so like once I realized that, I knew like I gotta do something. Like with, you know, people make the world go round. Like I want to be like, you know, obviously it transforms and everything. And then after just diving headfirst into personal development, I was like, yo, I want to do this for somebody else. I want to make like
help them develop.
Yeah, the shit that I've been through with my personal development, like I want to do that for somebody else.
Right.
Cool, how can I do that?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm dropping this Instagram page.
Yeah.
Oh. That? I was like, what?
Yeah.
You know, and so like
ties into the first episode, man. We were on that different path, and
it was awesome. And yeah, so that's why like all the shit I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I'm cozy. I'm not cozy, but I'm cozy.
But yeah, I know.
I love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
you're happy with it.
Giving back. I just love people, man, and that's like the main thing.
Yeah.
And so like I just went off to that at first.
Absolutely, yo.
Joey?
Yeah.
I mean, like basically for art and stuff, it all started when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So like that just pushed me to like keep developing my skills. And tapping into different mediums in art. Like, I don't know, figuring stuff out about like my personality and like my mental state, I guess, has helped me push through like the grind. It's like the biggest thing for me is like I know when I can work on things, and then I know when I'm not gonna work on things. You know what I mean? So like a pair of shoes will take me 3 to 6 hours or even more depending on the size of the shoe. So I'll know like how to approach it. So I mean, for me, when I go for a project, I start it and I don't stop until it's finished.
Oh yeah.
So like I finish a pair of shoes in one go.
Yeah.
I don't sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna go
do some other shit.
Do something else. And come back. Like I know how I work.
Yeah.
I know when to stop.
I'm the same way.
I had another question for you. Aside from like client work, like I know you said most of your stuff is client, but like when you were more drawing for yourself, what things would you say about who you are reflected into your art and like your style of drawing?
So like what affected me to push
like
for
what
art?
Like your style of art, like in what ways does like who you are reflect into your art?
Oh, so like before I like a couple months ago before I did the shoes, I was like there was like other things going on in my life, and like I pulled most inspiration out of music. So like I'll hear a lyric and I'll be like instantly think of a way I can draw that.
Yeah,
and
that's
so, like,
that's so sick.
So like I'll turn words into an image, and then that just shows how I feel at that stage in my life or how I approach things, you know?
Yeah.
So like there's a bunch of other like
that's
lyrics.
So fire. Yeah.
So, like,
this might be like a little off topic, but like that's just another reason I fucking adore just art in general. Because it's, and especially like painting or draw, because it's like it's so subconscious you wouldn't even know. But when people, like if I were to say the word book, and I was just talking about this with my buddy Patrick.
Yeah.
And if I say the word book, you don't think of B-O-O-K, you think of a book. You make a picture in your mind.
Yeah.
So it's like for
But for everybody, it's different.
Right.
It's a different book.
Right. It's so beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
It's so fire. Like for you to just something simple like that, like just snag a lyric and you're like inspired. Like, that's just so
But I think
awesome.
it goes into like a picture speaks like 1,000 words, like whatever the saying of that. It's like, but you almost reversed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
6 words.
And make a picture. Yeah. Like that is so sick. Like I love. Like I
or
love
in this
that.
case, you took 3 words and made a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God! I'm about to walk out.
Oh my God. Give me some. Give me some.
I'm about to walk out of here.
I mean,
Silly. That was just.
That's the simplicity we've been talking about, though. The simplicity
montage right there.
Nuggets.
Jeez.
So it's like really cool to like think about how like I can take things from my life, put them in a picture, and then it affects someone else.
Yeah.
So that's what I do with my shoes. Is like they're all basically floral designs, but I've had some other people come at me and be like, "Oh, I want cartoon Air Force Ones."
Yeah.
And like that's sick. Like that's gonna affect someone else. I guarantee it.
Yeah, 100%.
So like if I do a floral design on a pair of Vans and then someone goes out and wears them and then they're like, I really like that flower, and then they go and buy that flower for their significant other or something, I just affected 2 other people by only doing one. Yeah. So it's just like that's all I want to do is like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's huge.
I think that just made me think about like chain reactions and like I think it's the butterfly effect. You know what I'm saying? And like you don't even have to know necessarily that you affected those people, but just the possibility of that you could affect those other people is like huge.
Yeah.
Damn. That hit me.
I mean, like, what are we doing right now? We're documenting what we're doing.
Yeah.
The possibility. I mean, I already know, like, people, like 1, 2, maybe 3 people have told me, like, yo, this shit affects me. Like, this is helping me.
Yeah.
Even the possibility of that happening is what's driving us to do.
You know what's even cooler?
I mean, the possibility, that's what makes you start.
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
At the even just the most this helps me, yo. This pumps me up. You know?
Dude, this makes me want to go draw. Like,
I
want to go cook up something else.
And you know, see, the thing is, like, we're trying to say that you wanting to go draw is something like that's freaking amazing, and that like we're like pushing you and encouraging you to do that. Whereas like people might say that like, oh, drawing's not the right thing that you should pursue. You should pursue this because it's going to make you do this and that.
Yeah.
No,
we go off on that, dude.
That's what it's about, yo. Like, how often are we told we should do this, we should do that? How often are we asked, what do you want to do? What do you enjoy, and how are we gonna turn that into something productive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to be, that outlet to tell people like I want to show me what you're doing, and I want to keep encouraging them, like keep grinding, keep doing that. Yeah, because
be amazing.
I want to be the we can be that voice. All of us can be. Everyone can be that voice.
Straight.
And if we can promote that to make others do that to other people, you know, like if we can promote that positivity where people like we keep I'm sorry. When we'll bring that back. When we tell people that keep grinding, people are gonna be inspired by that, and they're gonna want to go spread that positively, hopefully on others. Yeah. And that chain reaction, like you said.
Yeah, like what you're saying though, like that all just goes back to you know, finding out who you are, because that's you got to figure that shit out. Yeah. The basics at the base of you and yourself. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just gonna somebody's gonna say you should do this, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I should. And then in 20 years, you're gonna be 20 years deep in some career and find yourself miserable.
Yeah.
Because it's not what you wanted to do.
Like I said in the grind of the week is like, I don't care about tomorrow.
Exactly.
I care about tomorrow in 10 years.
We emphasized that in episode 3. Yeah. I love that we said that. Dude,
it's like, I don't want to wait 20 years to find out that I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I don't think...
That's the scariest thing.
You're not fucking up.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say, I don't think...
But like, I want to do what I want to do.
Don't regret,
reflect. Don't regret, reflect.
Exactly.
But yeah, you want to do you do it now, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
It's never too late, but I'm just glad I know now. Because if I were to fuck around and do that, that'd piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
That would piss me off, piss anybody off, and it happens to people every day.
Yeah. I love the thing he just said of, like, just do it now,
Yeah.
I love the action cures everything.
Action cures everything, Dave.
Action cures everything. I'm going to keep saying that, dude. Day in, day out. I'm going to look in the mirror every morning. Action cures everything. Look myself in the eyes.
Yeah, I mean, bro,
and
like,
just kill it.
If we go back to how like RGR like became a thing in my life, I was in a bad place and I started doing things. I started taking action, and what happened? I started feeling so much better. And cured the shit that was going
100%.
on, yo.
Because like
same.
when you hit me up to do the next run of logos, I was in the ringer, dude. Like down 100%, didn't have motivation for anything. And then you just hit me up one day and you're like, dude, I need new logos. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
Bet.
And that sparked everything, dude.
Yes, sir.
That was huge for me, even, bro. Me and you sat in a Discord for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I think an hour of it was actually doing the logo.
Wow.
Like, the other 2 hours was literally like if we were chopping it up.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just us talking about life and all the designs and like all the work he's done for people and just kind of like, it's just a genuine ass conversation.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't even about like
that's so far.
Literally, like, we were talking for 3 hours. He was like, all right, man. I'm like, tell me when you need to leave. I'm like, I could do this all night, but just tell me when you need to leave. I won't be hurt. And it was like at 3 hours. Like, only an hour of it
was
made this. And the other 2 was just chopping, man. Like, just
chopper.
Creating that relationship and that network to grow to this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think I want to tie into... I know we both had all of us kind of had a question for you on a topic you wanted to talk about biting the bullet. So, I mean, if you want to explain more on that, biting the bullet.
So, like, to me, biting the bullet is like, I don't know, in a financial standpoint, there's the bite the bullet part of my career path. So, like, the first pair of shoes I did, I spent $60 on the pair of shoes. Yeah. Didn't get reimbursed, didn't do it. Spent time on that, and then sent them for free. So like I bit the bullet to spark something else.
Yeah.
So like that comes in anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%.
So like with my next
about to go off with this. Keep going.
My next thing that I want to do is I want to make clothing and stuff. So like I'm gonna have to bite the bullet again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go out, buy supplies, buy this, do it, and then basically give it.
Yeah.
What do you think is another example, or do you have one you could think of? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but like not financially.
I mean, it could be anything.
Like biting the bullet,
biting the bullet could be like telling your toxic best friend to go away because you don't need that toxicity anymore.
Yeah,
that's biting the bullet.
So it's almost like
the music.
Yeah.
Just to put it in like a different light, just in case somebody doesn't get it, but like in a form of it's a sacrifice,
It's 100% sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fire.
Yeah.
Like, your simple base of the base. I love that. Base of the base. A sacrifice.
You're gonna have to do it eventually.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I can even go off of that right now. Of all of this.
Hit it.
Like RGR was biting the bullet. Like, I made the first 2 shirts with the logo that I would have gotten sued for making. I bit the bullet on those. It was $75 for 2 shirts, man. Like, it was so expensive. And like, but me doing that was like, these are sick. Like, I want to keep going with this, I bit that bullet, and it made me drive to like, people were like, yo, you should like try to change the logo. So then we made the other logo, and then we got feedback on that. I didn't really essentially I bite the bullet on like financially on anything. I guess I more bit the bullet on people telling me
like, yo, this sucks, or this is
awesome. Like you should go back to this old design. So I kind of bit that, and then
facing the criticism.
So fire. Sorry, I didn't mean any success in anything. Sacrifice is a must.
Yeah,
but it's like all of this, like like some of these resources we already had, but like some of the stuff for all this to happen was biting the bullet. I'm not making a penny off it. None of us are making a penny off any of this. We're not selling a product. We are.
See, that's the thing too, is you don't. It's almost not biting the bullet because you won't think of it as that because you're not making a sacrifice. At least you don't believe because you have the belief of what this is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, or you have the
Exactly.
you're inspired and motivated by this. You love this.
Mm-hmm.
You love the process. So it's almost like it pushes in the back of your head like I'm not making a sacrifice.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
You know what I mean? But that's just like all like internally. But like
it's like giving up our time to even do this.
Yeah. Well, going off of that personally, when I started this shoe thing, when I started doing shoes and like pushing for artwork, I cut my hours back working my job.
Yeah.
I worked 32 hours
props.
in 1 month. 32 hours in 1 month.
Let's go.
Just to grind shoes.
So like I sacrificed financially and time wise.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking chunk, bro.
Go into this.
That's a chunk.
So
is there some sacrifices? I mean, not sacrifices, but like, I guess what do we want to call it?
I dig just bite the bullet.
Biting the bullet. Okay.
I dig
go
with 3 ideas for art already.
Yeah.
On this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I can think of biting the bullet in maybe like when I was an ambassador.
Okay.
When I first started out being an ambassador for the College of Liberal Arts, one of the first things I was tasked with was speaking in front of like 300 or 400 of the first year students that were all liberal arts majors, and essentially just talking to them about my like path at CSU, what brought me there, what I'm doing, and I mean. It's chill talking with y'all and everything. Like with the camera, it makes things easier. But like in public settings, I mean, I'm okay with public speaking. But like 300-400 students, like that was definitely nerve wracking for me. And I didn't know how that was gonna go, But I realized that like as an ambassador, I was gonna have to be giving tours and things like that, and I was probably gonna be presenting in front of people like this. Just as my life went on, you're gonna have to get used to that, right? Mm-hmm. So I figured that if I bit the bullet right then, it was going to help me in the long run when I do whatever grind I have. I mean, I was interested in being a lawyer, so like a lawyer is all about public speaking in front of an audience. So if I bit the bullet at that point, I knew that it was going to benefit me later on. And now every time I've done a tour or anything like ambassador related, I felt so much more comfortable speaking in front of an audience because I had that experience of biting the bullet. Mm-hmm. So when it came around, it wasn't even biting a bullet anymore. It was just doing whatever I was about to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's fat.
It just propelled you forward to help you in the future.
Exactly.
I think that's what I mean.
And I think that's
all.
The point
that's
of
the point of
bullet,
right? The point of it, is to because you have that. You said that belief that it's gonna push you forward in some way or the other. You're taking that positive from it.
Yeah.
Just, that something positive is gonna come from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew. Whether I dropped one episode, 100, I knew one episode would affect one person.
Yeah.
That's doing something.
Exactly.
So, like, even that.
I'm digging this so bad.
Yeah, dude, I love your context of Bite the Bullet. Like, because I've heard it, I feel like, in different contexts.
Yeah. It's like a cliche saying.
But I feel like you put a lot more behind it, context behind it.
I don't mean to go completely off. Like, everything we're just talking about, like, fuck yeah, knowledge, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about like the picture, bite the bullet. I think of like biting.
I've been thinking about biting a bullet.
And then when you were talking, I was like, bite the bullet, like BTB. We could have like a whole segment. I don't want to get into that, but I was just like, fuck. I'm sitting here like just, this is hype. I love it.
I mean, I think
so fire.
that was a great point to make. I mean, this was a great conversation as well, but I think we might have to bring it to a close at this point. I mean, I just wanted to initially start off by once again thanking Joey for making the drive out here. You had to go through hell of traffic.
We appreciate that for real.
So we appreciate that, of course, bro. We appreciate everything you've done for us, for RGR, bro.
And I appreciate everything. I feel like I want you to do more in the future, so I hope you can stay around.
Oh, dude, this isn't the end.
No. That's what I'm saying.
It's just
I definitely I feel like we have a team starting.
Yeah.
I love that community aspect in the team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like that's going to be huge.
Just going to keep growing.
Hell yeah.
Anything you want to touch on? close
I
it.
think you guys covered it up nice, but hell yeah, we appreciate
Hey,
it.
you wanna
Anything
say-
you want to like throw out, especially like
Some shout outs or for real.
Just like hit me up on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
At Rainhaven Art.
Yup, that's gonna be in the
all over.
description, in the screen, like
Oh.
everywhere.
But I'll do
Boom.
literally anything for art. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
you got an idea, hit me up.
Oh,
Tattoos,
straight up.
shoes, drawings, portraits, paintings, anything.
Action
I'll do it.
cures everything. If you have something, hit them.
Yeah.
Like that's how RGR started. That's how this
it
started.
works.
The image.
Yeah.
my man. Thank you again, bro. Much love.
Yeah, hell yeah.
My dog. My dog.
Yeah, bro. Cool.
Once again,
Joey.
episode 4 of the Chop.
The Chop.
Stay grinding.
Stay grinding.
Chop.
Sham shooby.
Dog, I told you.